Good afternoon and welcome to Able2Shine fantastic video demonstration. My name is Mr. Lawrence and I've been working for Able2Shine for almost a year now and I absolutely love working here. This has been an opportunity for me to demonstrate my skills and abilities while at the same time be able to pass on my love of learning and the opportunity to students for them to further their skills in public speaking, drama, and writing. So today I'd like to start by asking you to move on to the next slide so we can talk about what we do for our warm-ups. For our warm-ups, we're going to go ahead and stand up. Everybody set any stuff down you have in your hands, and we're going to do what I do every day. So if you're my student or you're not my student already, you'll know what we do. And that is, we start by warming up our neck muscles and our trapezius, because our neck muscles are the key to our voice. So we start by doing forward shoulder rolls. Now, if anybody's wearing a big heavy jacket, unless you're freezing over there, you might want to take off your big heavy jacket. All right, we're going to start getting warmed up. We're going to do about 10 to 12 forward shoulder rolls. Looks like everybody's doing a great job over there, all right? So we're going to do about 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're already starting to feel warm, right? Now we're going to do 12 backward shoulder rolls. Ready? 1, 2, good job. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, shake out your hands a little bit, kick out your feet a little bit, just to sort of get the blood flowing through your body, and right, you're starting to feel a little bit warm. Look at all those amazing shakers. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of neck walk. You're just going to put your chin down, and this is just your head moving, okay? And you're just going to move it a little bit around in a circle one way. We're going to do 5 circles one way. Don't overdo it, just get a nice good circle in there to get those neck muscles going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your 2 hands right here below your belly button so you can see where that is. Right below your belly button is a place that's called your diaphragm. And that's where your voice should always come from, your diaphragm. It shouldn't be up here in your chest. It certainly shouldn't be up here in your throat or up in your head. Okay, down here. So we're gonna speak nice and calmly. We're gonna take a big deep breath and we're gonna vocalize in a sound just like this. Repeat after me. I want you to be focused and serious now. The warm-ups as well as all the exercises we do are very important, okay? The next exercise we're going to do is called me, may, ma, mo, mu. I'm going to do it one time and then you're going to do it after me, okay? It's going to sound just like this. Me, may, ma, mo, mu. Exaggerate your pace just like I did. Take a deep breath in. Me, may, ma, mo, mu. I'm looking in the back over there. I see some people who are not participating. They have their head off to the side like they're not doing anything. So I want to make sure everybody's participating. Repeat after me. Ready? The first part is bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Now that's the low to high range in a little bit, right? So on your marks, get set, ready, and bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. How'd you do? Did you do okay? Very nice job. All right, I got a thumbs up. I love it. Okay, now we're going to do this other exercise. It's called low, medium, high, higher. So repeat after me. Ready? Low, medium, high, higher. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you politely to go ahead and have a seat and relax for a moment. Just for one. And what we're doing today remember what I said? The bees pollinate all the trees, and then those trees, they come out with our favorite fruit and our grains and our vegetables all around. So what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to start by answering a question today. What is your favorite fruit and why? So the first person on the very left of the room in the very front row is going to stand up right now, okay? And then they're going to introduce themselves by saying, hello, my name is, and say your name, and then say what your favorite fruit is. I want you to have your shoulders back, your head up, and give a nice strong voice. And tell us your favorite fruit and why it's your favorite fruit. And then say thank you and sit back down.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ethan, and my favorite fruit is the dragon fruit. I like the dragon fruit because it is sweet and juicy. That is my thank you, and thank you, and this is my favorite fruit.
Well said. Have a seat. Okay. Thank you for clapping, everybody. All right. But what I want to do is, when everybody's done, just give one clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's practice. 1, 2, 3. One clap and clap. One clap. Perfect. All right. So after each person's done, we're going to get the single clap. All right. Next person, please.
Hello, my name is Jonas, and my favorite fruit are strawberries. They are sweet, and they come in a variety of styles. Thank you for listening.
Very nice. 1, 2, 3. Clap. Done. And next person, please.
Hi, my name is Grace, and I like apples. I like apples because they are sweet and crunchy. Thank you for listening.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Very well said. And?
Hello, my name is Tony, and my favorite fruit is watermelon because
Tony, I'm sorry. You're going to have to put your paper down because you don't need it.
Hi, my name is Tony, and my favorite fruit is a watermelon because it is sweet and juicy, and when you put it in the refrigerator, it makes a very sweet treat for summer days. Thank you for listening.
Give him a clap. Very nice. Next.
Hello, my name is Tiana, and my favorite fruit is a raspberry. I like raspberries because they're sweet and they have a tangy taste. Thank you for listening.
Very nice. 1, 2, 3, and? Next.
Hello, my name is Kai, and my favorite fruit is an apple because they are sweet and juicy. Thank you for listening.
Okay, clap. Next person. Oh yeah, as far as five. Yep. Stand up on the very left of the second row.
Hi, my name is Matthew, and my favorite fruit are pickles. I like pickles because they're juicy and crunchy. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Give him a clap. 1, 2, 3. Clap.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and my favorite fruit is a watermelon. I like watermelons because they're juicy, red, and they're delicious. Thank you for listening.
All right, good. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Have a seat.
Hello, my name is Allison, and my favorite fruit is the blueberry. I like it because it can be sweet and sour at the same time. Thank you for listening.
Good clap. Next person, stand up, please.
Hello, my name is Olivia, and my favorite fruit is a plum. I like it because it is sweet and moist. Thank you for listening.
Very nice. Give her a clap.
Hello, my name is Vivon, and my favorite fruit is a grape. I like grapes because they're sweet and sour.
Thank you for listening about my favorite fruit.
Very nice. Have a seat.
Hi, my name is Owen, and my favorite fruit is a pineapple. I like pineapples because they're sour and sweet, but mostly sour, and SpongeBob lives in one. Thank you for listening about my favorite fruit.
1, 2, 3, and clap. Have a seat. Beginning of the next other row there.
Hi, my name is Nika, and my favorite fruit is the apple because it's juicy, crunchy, and sweet. Thank you for listening.
All right, give her a clap. 1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, my name is Max, and my favorite fruit is the pear. I like the pear because it has a great flavor. Thank you for listening.
All right, give him a clap.
Hello, my name is Annabelle Gensler, and my favorite fruit is the mango. I like the mango because of its juicy texture and sweet taste. Thank you for listening about my favorite fruit.
Very nice. Yeah, give her a clap.
Hello, my name is Harriet, and my favorite fruit is the pineapple. I like pineapples because they taste delicious and can be sweet and sour at the same time. Thank you for listening.
You feel like you did a good job on that? If you feel like you did a good job on that, I'm going to let you off the hook. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to stand back up and say the last line. So thank you for listening, because you are already halfway in your seat. And now, everybody pay attention here. It's not personal. It's about leading the speech and making your last line before you leave. So you can leave the stage and say the last sentence of your speech while you're halfway through your seat. And people are going to say, what was that? What did they say, that last thing? And so my whole point is that always complete it. Okay, next person, please.
Hello, my name is Nolan, and my favorite fruit is the pear. I like pears because they're incredibly sweet. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Have a seat, give him a clap.
Hi, my name is Nathan, and my favorite fruit is oranges. I like oranges because it's sweet and sour and also has calcium. Thank you for listening to my speech.
All right, give him a clap.
Hello, my name is Harry, and I'm 12 years old. My favorite fruit is a watermelon because watermelons can keep me hydrated in the summer, and they're very good to eat. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Wow, Harry, you are really good at giving gestures and talking with your hands. Stand up for one more second, okay? I want you to give a really good gesture for my favorite fruit is a watermelon. And I want you to put your hands out there and show us like you're holding a watermelon. Go ahead.
My favorite fruit is a watermelon.
All right, good job. Have a seat. Give them a clap, you guys. 1, 2, 3, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Everett Gensler, and today I'm going to tell you my favorite fruit. My favorite fruit is the banana.
Go ahead and say the second line all the way looking up. Go ahead.
And today I'm going to tell you my favorite fruit.
Why do you like it?
I like it because it is very filling and juicy. Thank you.
Okay, now I want you to say nice and loud and clear, thank you for listening to my speech today.
Thank you for listening to my speech.
Everybody give a hand. Your turn now. 1, 2.
One more.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Vanessa, and my favorite fruit is an apple because they're really good at making treats and drinks. Thank you for listening.
Okay, now everybody give her a clap. 1, 2, 3, and now, you're not off the hook yet. Stand up real quick. And I want you to say really strong that thank you for listening to my speech part like you're very proud of it, okay? Give it a shot.
Thank you for listening to my speech.
All right, I'm going to say it one time, and I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Ready? Thank you for listening to my speech today. Go ahead.
Thank you for listening to my speech today.
Very nice. Have a seat. Who's next?
Hey everyone, my name is Marco. I'm an 8th grader at Hopkins Junior High. I'm mainly here today to TA. And I don't really want to talk about my favorite fruit since my boy, what's your name? Ethan already talked about it just now, the dragon fruit as well. So instead I want to talk about my least favorite fruit. Pineapples are the absolute worst, and I can give you 3 reasons why. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, but pineapples are the worst. First of all, when I was like 5, I went to this pizza delicacy called the California Pizza for the first time ever. I was really excited to be there, and I looked on the menu. There's one specific pizza called the Hawaiian pizza, and I'll never forget it. The reason why I'll never forget it is because Hawaiian pizza has pineapples on it. I don't know who came up with the idea of having pineapples on a pizza, but that is the worst idea I've ever heard of. It tastes absolutely nasty. So totally ruined my experience at California Pizza the first time. Secondly, it's because, as many people here mentioned, they're sweet and sour at the same time. I really don't like the sour side effect of it, so That's my second reason. And lastly, when I think of pineapples, I think of SpongeBob's house. Like, I think one of you guys mentioned that. So SpongeBob, as everyone knows, has a pet snail called Gary, and Gary slimes all over the place. So when I eat a pineapple, the juice reminds me of Gary's slime since he's a snail, and I just cannot swallow the pineapple after that. That's the reasons why I don't like pineapple. Thank you for listening.
That's it. We're moving on to our lecture. Okay, so everybody take a little breath here. Get your notes out. Okay, and be prepared to listen to the lecture. I'm going to take 1 minute to grab my notes a little bit here. Communication, which you use through public speaking, can even influence other people's decisions. So I'd like you to write, because public speaking can influence other people. And that is why great leaders are also great public speakers. I have to write this part down for a moment. I just want to make a comment. And my comment is that my favorite president is Barack Obama. Okay? Let's do that. When I first saw Barack Obama, I said to myself, this man, he's kind of funny looking. This man, he's got big ears, and he's tall and kind of skinny. And I said to myself, they think this man could become the president. That made me think to myself, how could they let this funny looking person become president? But I mean, he's really not that funny looking, but what I need now is, and then I heard him speak, and I heard him share his words, and his personality, and his ideas. You can look, you can be any person in any world, in any place. The moment you share your voice, and show people who you are on the inside through your ability to speak, is the moment that people are changed by you. And it gives you every opportunity to become the person you can in life simply by sharing who you are through your voice. You truly are able to shine in others' eyes. So I just wanted to share that, okay? And thank you for listening. Yeah. Why public speaking is important, okay, is that we have to have those public speaking skills of having a good presence. Now you're supposed to be writing this down. When you are standing up straight and you have good posture, does it look like I have good posture right now?
Yes.
Okay. And how is my presence? Does my presence appear to feel or look confident to you at all?
Yes.
That's what I mean by presence. We should always have good confidence and always stand up strong and tall. How about now? How's my presence? That person's like, yeah, so I guess I gotta talk. So I'm gonna give a speech or something. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'm done now. Bye, thanks. So we're not that person, right? We are that person who stands up straight. Tony, can you understand my words? Okay, I'm just making sure because you're not writing them down. Okay. So not only do they have good stage presence, all right, but they also have very nice vocal tone. So when I say the word tone, of your voice is what other people hear. And when your voice has a nice tone, they want to keep listening. I might have mentioned it earlier. Raise your hand if you've heard of the word monotone. Monotone means signal, and tone means that sound. So you can put your hands down. So you know that anybody who always speaks in the same monotone voice all the time always sounds the same, and no matter what they say, it always sounds the same. And right now I'm speaking in a monotone voice because that's why my voice is sounding the same with every word I'm saying, and that can really put an audience to sleep or maybe bother an audience. So the idea behind having good tone is to not only have a smooth, nice sounding voice, but also change the pitch a little bit. Use your vocal dynamics to paint a picture by using high pitch. Remember the exercise I said, low, medium, high, higher. So those vocal tones are the way you vocally paint the picture for your audience. Not only does it sound good, like Barack Obama sounded so amazing, right? But then your ideas and communications are clear and more vivid, okay? So after tone, which means you're speaking with a high, medium, and low pitch, there's also this factor, it's called body language. Raise your hand if you've heard of body language before, right? And maybe you saw earlier when I was giving an example of how people shouldn't be standing, and that's body language. You really want to have good posture, you want to have a confident stance. Your body language communicates just as well as your voice communicates. Does that make sense? So when you're standing up and being confident, okay, then people really will understand you and you will be clear. Okay? That's presence. And body language. So the delivery of your speech, all right? Remember when I asked people, the next thing you're going to write is delivery. Write the word delivery on your paper. Special delivery. Has anybody ever got a delivery from Amazon? Oh, delivery. That's okay. The delivery of your speech needs to be clear, and I don't want to say slow, but I want to say concise. So what we don't want to do is speak so fast that people are trying to catch up to our words. And that way they cannot digest your ideas. Why did I use the word digest? Because I'm relating it to food. You need to chew your food up all the way before you can swallow and digest it. People need to chew on your words a little bit in order to digest them. Think of it from the idea of being an audience member. When you're an audience member, you need to understand clearly what I'm saying. So you understand what I'm saying about people chewing up the words and digesting them to understand them. So don't speak too fast. You don't want to speak too slowly either, but at a nice pace. And remember to have your tone color the words. And so today I'd like to ask everybody, maybe we can share some ideas for an impromptu topic. But I'm gonna give you 1 minute here, like 30 seconds, to just look at your notes and make sure that you have everything squared away. All right. And I'm gonna look at my notes for 1 minute. Go ahead.
One topic could be, do you not like to play video games?
Personally, I love playing video games. To me, video games are a great way of relaxing. Because as everyone knows, everyone has their ups and downs in life. Everyone has their times when they feel bad. And my way of relaxing when I feel down is to play video games. And other people also play video games. Also, many other kids also play video games, right? Who here plays video games? Can I get it? Yeah, everyone, pretty much. So, video games are something that parents do not like, but kids really, really love. And the reason parents don't like it is because they think their kids are wasting a lot of time on their video games. However, that is not the case. You see, the whole reason why video games are so popular between kids is because something called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow was a philosopher who believed that every human had basic needs he wanted to fulfill, whether it was hunger, whether it was sleepiness, or whether it was love. Every person had some need they wanted. So he created a chart called Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which lists out all the needs that everyone wants, starting with the most basic needs, like, for example, food, water, shelter. These are the basic needs. And as you go up, there's social, there's security, and there's esteem. And there's also self-actualization. So video games are actually on the esteem and self-actualization tiers of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is exactly why kids need them. All of us, I'm pretty sure, since we live in the Silicon Valley, we're pretty well off. We have stability, we have security, we have food. So what we need now is esteem and a feeling of purpose, which is self-actualization. In order to find our esteem and purpose, we play video games. Because if you don't play sports, if you don't do any of your competitive activities, you have to find some way to channel out your internal stress or to feel good about yourself. And that would be through video games. So that is why I feel like parents should try not to stop their kids from playing video games. And kids should also learn that video games is a way that they can relieve their stress. Thank you for listening.
How to stop bullying?
What?
How to stop bullying?
Earlier this week during school, I was called a chain chong, and the person did Asianize me. Now, obviously, I felt very insecure about this, and I told the teacher. The kid ended up in detention. He has to write me an apology letter over the weekend, and his parents received an email. Now, kids, if this kid had been repeatedly bullying me about whatever it may be, this would be called bullying. Now, we need to talk about ways to shut it down. Many kids have experienced this feeling at school, and it's obviously a feeling of social insecurity, and you feel much, much worse about yourself. Bullying can also lead to depression, which is not that fun to experience. After you manage to figure out if this person is bullying you or not, or if they're just needling you for fun, you can report to a teacher, a friend, or anyone that you know and trust. If this kid keeps on continuing, I suggest you take it to someone higher up and have them talk to the kid. Also, you need a way of self-support during this time. I suggest you do something that you like to do, like reading, playing video games, or stress eating. I hope that you never have to be bullied in your life, but unfortunately, this does happen, and if it does, now you know what to do.
Sir, the gentleman who was speaking earlier, I wanted to make a couple comments about, first of all, he had some excellent details on his speaking, and I really enjoyed listening to all of the details that he had about this topic. And that's something that you can really use and depend on when you know a lot or have researched a lot about a topic. Having the details is important, and that's great. Now, in some situations when you have a speech memorized or you're doing impromptu, especially impromptu, you want to try to stay away from these things known as fillers. Now, fillers may be and like you know what I'm talking about, sort of, these types of words that you use when you're not exactly sure of what word you should be saying next while you're thinking. So the only idea that I had about this speech is that he did have a few fillers in there, which are ideas that we're trying to help you get away from when you come to Able2Shine. Now, he also had an excellent voice. His speaking voice was terrific, and everybody was really pleased by that. So I have to say, his details, his ideas, his speaking voice, terrific. So stay away from the fillers, everybody. You don't want to say like, and as much. We want to stay away from that as much as possible. But of course, he did a very nice job. Now, secondly, the young lady who was just up here, terrific presence. They just said, so I want to stay with me. Terrific presence. Okay, her voice was low and high and medium and very pleasing. She's a great example of what I was talking about when I said use good tone. So try to use good tone, just like you heard with her. She had a nice low range, she had a nice high range, and it helped us understand what she was saying. All right? So I thought she had a really good pace as well. She wasn't moving too fast. She was nice and even with the pace of when she was speaking, so we could understand her words correctly. I'd like to say that when you hear a note like this, write them down so the tone was good and you can remember, right? Okay, how good his details were, right? And how good his voice sounded when he was being clear and projecting his voice so people could hear it. We just want to stay away from using like, and ever. Somebody having a great voice, sounds really good, did a good job. Both of them did a very nice job. So you are going to be taking some more notes here, just so you understand here, right? If you didn't already see the ideas of having compassion, understanding, and being reasonable, I want you to write those 3 words, important words down. Compassion means that you can understand what others are doing. So just write the word COMPASSION down on your paper. Compassion. And compassion is important because you can understand another person's situation. Without compassion, you only think about yourself and nobody else. Do people get along good in society when they think only about themselves and nobody else?
No.
Not usually, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Did you find what you were looking for on your elbow? I'm going to go here. So, also, when you talk about leadership, people have a commitment to doing their job, a commitment to being part of the team, and a commitment to following through with their tasks. So a good leadership quality, I can see you all are good leaders, that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is writing down the notes, which is showing good effort, okay, and showing a good commitment, okay? Not only is commitment important for leaders, but also bravery, integrity, and honesty. I think those 3 go together. Has anybody ever heard the word integrity before? Raise your hand if you've heard of integrity. Thank you. So, great. Thank you for putting it down. Great. Integrity, I see you over there. Integrity is a personality trait where you can count on someone to always do the right thing and help each other out when it's necessary. We should all have good integrity. That's a leadership quality. Okay? So let's talk about a second scenario. Okay, so during this scenario, when she's always coming in, right? She's the one promising it's the last time, and you as a team, right, you are going to come up with ideas. So you're going to work together for a moment. So I want you to be at least in groups of 2 to 3 at a table, okay? And you're going to come up with ideas together about what you think the reason would be to keep someone or to terminate someone, okay? And why, all right? And once you come up with that reason reasoning for whether or not you should keep them or terminate them, I want you to present that in a way that you have to justify that to the board of directors of why you're going to be terminating them. So right now, I just gave you the scenario. I want you to take a couple minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, to talk to each other in the group, and then come up with your own individual speech that you're going to be giving for why you're going to be doing what you're supposed to do. All right?
Our group chose to fire Sally because when she comes in late, she's probably affecting other people's work time, and she's not meeting her hour requirement because she comes in late. And she's dishonest because she lies about being the last time being late after chastisement. So we decided that it would be better off to fire her and save the company resources.
So we're also gonna fire her because she continuously lies, and then because she keeps saying that she's not going to go late again, but then of course she's always late. So we're gonna fire her and kick her out of the company.
Thank you. Now, you had the right ideas there, and the only thing I want to say is that I did hear some fillers, I did hear some and I want everyone to focus and concentrate when they're giving their speeches to be clear with your words. Don't use any fillers. Be specific about the words you're saying, so be well prepared. You didn't write the word on your paper, right? So what I need is each group should learn from the prior group to make sure that they don't make any of the quote-unquote mistakes. So try to stay away from the fillers. But I have to say, you had good ideas. It looked like you worked together. All right? It looks like he's a good dancer back there. No? All right. So make sure you are clear about what you're saying when you say it. That's my note. Thank you, Pete.
So our team came up with a letter to Sally. Here's how the letter goes. Dear Sally, we are sorry for terminating your employment at the company. We have decided that you are terminated from the company because of punctual attendance. Punctual attendance is very important because if you lie about going to the company every time, not late, it's not okay. Especially after you did it more than 3 times.
Sally, you were very dishonest and you distracted everybody by coming in late. And we have decided to give you this punishment for this reason.
You have betrayed our trust and took it way over the line. You should be disappointed. Sincerely, the board of directors. Thank you for listening. You have betrayed our trust.
Feedback.
For being nice and slow with your pace. We understood your words very clearly, and that was important. The idea of giving her a letter, Dear Sally, was very creative and thoughtful. And I love how you both shared the presentation responsibilities. You could have had a little more vocal variety on Tony's part, and there could have been a little more strength and vocal projection on her part. However, I thought it was very clear, and it looked like you came up there with a good plan. So good job. Thank you.
Sally should be terminated because it's the 3rd time this month she has been late, and each time she makes excuses that
Anytime she makes excuses that she will come back and she won't be late. Even though when she comes back, she is late.
If she was late for a specific reason or accident, she could have contacted her boss, but she didn't, which proves that means her like coming in late wasn't that important.
Thank you.
I'm not sitting down yet. Let me say my piece. So, I like what you both had to say. Your words were thoughtful. Now, the young man on the left, on my left over here, he had good low vocal tone range, but did not speak loud enough to be very clear. So it would have been nice if you could have increased your volume, all right? The young man to the right, on my right over here, you did have a nice good volume, but you were up there in the high range, and you were moving, your voice was pretty fast. You could have slowed down a little bit and tried a little bit of lower tone. But all in all, thank you very, very much. Have a nice day.
And the next group. Okay, so we decided that the team should fire Sally. This is because she is very irresponsible. So come on, she's an adult and she's going to work. Being late once, it's okay, but being late 3 times, that's not acceptable. Being late 3 times in school, and at least in my school, means you get a detention. So Sally is lucky enough that after the first time, she was not fired, but she continuously was being late.
Sally did not keep her promises. Instead, she kept on being late. She also ignored the corrections that we made, so she wouldn't be late. Thank you for listening.
All right for me. All right. Well, you guys switched spots on me. Good job. Now I'm confused. I'm just kidding. So, I have to say that there was some really nice volume. You have a great voice, a great natural voice over there. All right? So keep up the good work. You had very good ideas with what you said. The only thing that I would say to you is that how you presented it. Come on, she's an adult. Try to be a little more formal when you're giving a speech, if you don't mind, okay? And then I have to say that the other young man that's now on the right, that was on the left, you had the idea to give gestures and use your hands and express yourself, which is great. And so we just need to work on your physical body, staying a little more still. And that's what happens. We got a lot of nervous energy. We take that nervous energy and we put it into our voice. We focus on our posture. So it's great you have energy. We'll take that energy and then we'll put it into your voice and into your presentation. A little bit less moving around, a lot more of that, your voice and your good gestures making sense, all right? So good job, you guys. Give yourself another hand. All right.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and our company has decided to fire Sally. This is because Sally broke her promise, and even if she didn't have a reason, she didn't say it. That means she lies, because a person who doesn't have a reason wouldn't say the actual reason because they don't have it.
Sally makes promises that she doesn't keep, and she's irresponsible.
That's why we decided to fire Sally.
Okay, very nice job, both of you. So, Kevin, I really liked what you were, your pace and your tone makes you a really good storyteller, right? I want you to tell me a story because that's just how your wonderful voice and your pacing comes across, all right? You have to do everything you can and force yourself to avoid fillers. I know sometimes we kind of get lost in our speech and we want to say, and we have to just reach for the next intelligent word and find it without saying and We have to stay away from it at all costs, okay? Everybody does it, but we fight and fight to stay away from it. okay? But good job. Young lady, you have a wonderful voice, and we want to hear it more. So I'm pleading with you to continue to performing and keep doing what you're doing, because I like to hear it and I want to hear more, okay? So take charge and take responsibility for doing right. So give them a hand, and thank you very much.
We decided to terminate Sally because we thought that she was irresponsible and broke her promises, and she was already late to work 3 times. We thought that if she really had a problem or a serious issue in coming to work late, she should have, as a responsible adult, known to go to her boss or someone important in the company to tell them that she couldn't come to work on time.
Now, this scenario could go 2 ways. It could either be a personal problem or it could be a not so personal problem, such as traffic. Now, if it was a personal problem, she should have been a responsible adult and found maybe someone that she could talk to, like a counselor or someone to help her organize her thoughts or something. And the second, if it's just traffic, she should have found another way to get to work on time. And this is why we decided to terminate Sally.
Very good idea. So let me say this, that both of you sound very intelligent, and I like what you're doing with your hands, okay? Really good use of gesture, and it helps us to understand what you're saying. Now, you're used to talking to your friends that understand words at 150 miles per hour, and we only understand them at about 35. So for next time, I'm going to ask you to slow way down and be much more explicit with the ideas, and then you can pace your gestures to go with your ideas, because you think very quickly. We all think quickly these days. However, our brain doesn't process listening at the same pace as our brain thinks and our mouth speaks. So we need to slow down and give each idea and each gesture much slower. And when we're on stage performing, we have nervous energy and we want to perform and say it fast. I'm guilty of it. We all are. So we have to take that extra minute to slow down on purpose. Okay? Very nice job, great ideas, very intelligent and good use of hands. Give them a hand. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to just have our closing game here. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is take a moment to think of something that you felt like you learned today. In your groups of 3 that we just had, you're going to go back after you realize what it is that you learned and share that with your group, and maybe you can come up with one idea that each group would like to share that somebody learned.
You can't fidget and you can't use filler words, or else you need to improve.
So our team learned that you should be louder when public speaking, like as loud as you talk to your friends, and you shouldn't use so much fillers. And the one important thing that I learned today was that a pickle was a fruit.
That what?
That a pickle is a fruit.
Pickle is a fruit. Okay, if that's important to you, then let it be.
Our group learned to speak slow and make sure the people understand what you're talking about.
I need someone to repeat that for me.
She said that we learned to talk slow and clearly. Talk slow and clearly. Basically, she
Okay.
said that
How about tone? I think I got that. How to have good tone. Okay.
Our team learned that we can speak slower, but sometimes our brains process things faster than other normal human beings.
Wow. I learned that it's good to talk at different paces, and I learned that pineapple pizza tastes bad.
They said it's good to learn at different paces,
Just
and
to
Hawaiian pizza is bad.
Thank you. Good job. All right, the next table. Is there another group?
So we
Right.
learned that warm-up is like really important when you're public speaking.
Anything else?
And that we have to be more formal when we like do a speech. Because sometimes if we're like too silly, the audience won't take us seriously.
Thank you. Both very good points. You need to have vocal warm-ups and you need to be very formal when you're speaking to an audience. I like that. Speaking is really the key. Speaking is the key to other people and the world knowing who you are. And so when you are speaking, you really should be thoughtful about the words that you say. Use them in a way that helps people understand you as being a good person. And that once they figure that out, that you're a thoughtful and kind and generous, nice person, they'll want to know you better. All right? So make sure that you use your body and your eyes in the very best way when you're giving a speech. So that way everyone can see and understand what you're trying to say clearly. So finally, I'd like to say thank you so much for being here today to share what I've been sharing for the last year, which is that being at Able2Shine is just an amazing and eye-opening experience that has helped me and I know will help you grow as a person. Thank you.